Hello! Thank you for joining me today. I'm back after a teeny tiny break. तो आज थोड़ी मेकअप की बातें होने वाली हैं, थोड़ी इंक्लूसिविटी की बात होने वाली है। हमें से ज़्यादातर हर किसी ने अपना फाउंडेशन शेड ढूंढने के लिए बहुत स्ट्रगल किया है और ये प्रॉब्लम और भी बढ़ जाती है इफ़ यू आर ऑन द डार्कर साइड. Dark skin tones in India have not been able to find their exact shade since forever. It is getting better, the situation, but I think there's a long way to go. एंड एनीवे जो सिचुएशन आती है चाहे लाइट स्किन हो चाहे डार्क स्किन हो, एग्जैक्ट मैच कई बार नहीं मिल पाता है. यू हैव टू मिक्स डिफरेंट फाउंडेशंस या फिर अगर फाउंडेशंस के सिवा दूसरे हम कॉस्मेटिक प्रोडक्ट्स की बात करें तो कई बार होता है कि हमें कोई पर्टिकुलर शेड बहुत अच्छा लगता है, हम चाहते हैं कि ऐसा हो बट हमें नहीं मिल पाता है. तो ये सारी प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करने के लिए देयर इज अ ब्रांड कॉल्ड टिंज कॉस्मेटिक्स. टिंज इज अ कस्टमाइज्ड मेकअप ब्रांड. वो आपके लिए जो आपके लिए परफेक्ट मैच का, आपकी चॉइस का मेकअप होता है, दे क्रिएटेड फ्रॉम स्क्रैच फॉर यू इन फ्रंट ऑफ योर आईज. और इसी ब्रांड की फाउंडर सबरीना सुहैल से आज मैं बात करने वाली हूँ. तो स्टे ट्यून्ड बिकॉज हम लोग इंक्लूसिविटी की बातें करेंगे एंड वी विल टॉक अबाउट हाउ हर ब्रांड हेल्प्स हियर. और आखिर ऐसा क्यों होता है कि इट इज़ नॉट ईजी टू फाइंड आवर शेड, और रादर जो लोगों में लैक ऑफ नॉलेज है जैसा सबरीना कहती हैं, उसका क्या रीज़न है और उसको हम चीज़ को कैसे सॉल्व कर सकते हैं. और थोड़ी सी बात होगी सबरीना की बिजनेस जर्नी के बारे में भी बिकॉज शी स्टार्टेड दिस ब्रांड ऑन हर ओन. तो चलिए फिर सुनते हैं सबरीना को. Hey there, welcome to Little Fixes, a podcast for the sassy, classy and a little choosy भारतीय नारी. This is Macri. मैं और मेरे गेस्ट शेयर करते हैं सिंपल प्रैक्टिकल आइडियाज जो आप इजीली फॉलो कर सकते हैं to get closer to the kind of life you want to live. We talk about career, self-care, social media tips, parenting, relationships and so much more to help you thrive. All of this is mixed with a lot of laughter. So my lovely friend, continue what you're doing and join me in this real talk. So आज Little Fixes पे एक बहुत ही डिफरेंट टॉपिक के बारे में बात होने वाली है. लाइक वी हैव टॉक्ड अबाउट बॉडी पॉजिटिविटी, मेंटल हेल्थ, फिजिकल फिटनेस और बहुत सारी चीजें जो हमारे जैसी वुमेन डेली लाइफ में फेस करती हैं. और आज हम ऐसे ही एक टॉपिक के बारे में बात करने वाले हैं विच विल बी अबाउट the variety of skin tones which are there in India, but the kind of representation they get, उसके बारे में हम लोग थोड़ी सी बात करेंगे. और बात करने वाले हैं हम सबरीना सुहैल से, who is the founder and designated partner of Tinge. So Tinge is a custom made clean beauty brand. यहाँ पे ये लोग आपके स्किन टोन के हिसाब से, आपकी रिक्वायरमेंट के हिसाब से आपके लिए बिल्कुल फ्रेश कॉस्मेटिक्स तैयार कर देते हैं, विच इज रियली अमेजिंग. चलिए फिर सबसे पहले सबरीना का स्वागत करते हैं. सो सबरीना, वेलकम टू लिटिल फिक्सेस. वी आर थ्रिल्ड टू हैव यू हियर.
Hey, thank you so much for having me on. I'm so happy to be part of this.
So सबरीना, मैंने आपका छोटा सा इंट्रो दिया लोगों को कि यू हैव स्टार्टेड दिस लवली ब्यूटी ब्रांड. सो टेल अस अ लिटिल बिट मोर अबाउट यू एंड हाउ डिड यू गेट इनटू स्टार्टिंग दिस काइंड ऑफ ब्रांड.
Sure, I'd love to tell you more about the brand and more about Tinge. So I had this idea about starting my own makeup brand, say about 10 years ago. And 10 years ago, I hadn't yet studied makeup at that point of time. I had wanted to study and become a marine biologist. This was actually not 10 years ago. This was actually about 20 years ago. Oh gosh, I don't believe how time has passed so fast. Yeah. Okay. So, so then I've been a makeup artist for the past 15 years. Now, the idea came about because I was attending to clients and you know how clean beauty evolved after a certain point of time and everyone became conscious of what they used on their skin. There were clients who came to me and said, hey, Sabrina, can you not use this on my skin because this is the product that has these and these ingredients and I really don't want that to touch my skin. So then I used to buy brands and I used to read the labels and I used to understand it really well because I have a background in chemistry, botany, zoology, and psychology. So after reading the labels, I was like, okay, how difficult can this be? I just need to go back and study my chemistry, make sure I know the proportions of the quantities, do my organic chemistry and my organic formulations. And I think I'm kind of set after that. So the USP of the brand is actually customization. because it's to cater to every single woman, man, and to every single skin tone, texture, and aroma. So the thing is, it is so vast because we have women right from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. So we range, the Indian skin tone ranges to about, say, 40 to 50 different skin tones. But the Indian cosmetics, what they offer is five, right? They offer 5 to 7 colors, which is like, oh my gosh, are you saying that there's nobody else who has any other different skin tone other than these 5 or 6 colors that an Indian brand offers? So this was really important to me to make sure that everyone feels inclusive in this brand. So when you come to a Tinge store, if you have to go to the Tinge website, you know that there is something for you, and you know that you will not be disappointed, and you can reach out to us and we will custom make every single thing, whatever you want for your skin tone. Apart from that, apart from us being a customized brand, we are a cruelty-free, vegan, and natural brand, and everything is handmade at our store in Bangalore.
Okay.
So that's that brand.
That's actually very amazing, very amazing. It's not even a a phrase, but still I just ended up saying it because I'm really impressed. So Sabrina, do you customize everything, whether it is foundation and lipstick, or it is just lipstick right now?
So right now it's all kinds of lipsticks. So there's 7 different textures, and we customize foundations, customize concealers, and that's what we are doing right now.
Wow. Okay, तो मतलब सब कुछ मिलेगा जैसा आपको चाहिए. Everything is there available on Tinge.
Of course.
Yeah, so with your brand, you're doing such a wonderful job of spreading awareness also about representation of different skin tones also. Because when a big brand launches a new foundation, like recently they are trying to expand their color range, but still I think it's not up to the mark. So what happens that they launch some amazing foundation, we want to buy it, and then I cannot find my shade. And since childhood, we have been told ki you have to use pink powder on your face. Pink face powder, they used to come, and my mummy used to use it. I used to use it. Like we are all on the dusky side, but we used to use those pink face powders, compacts. So वही आता था, और कुछ I think इतना awareness भी नहीं था, और लोगों को लगता था कि हाँ सबको गोरा दिखना है, तो you just have to apply this to look fair. I even remember when me and my sister were very young, my mother had a fairness cream, और हम लोगों को लगाना अलाउड नहीं था. तो मैं और मेरी सिस्टर क्या करते थे, जब मम्मी सो रही होती थी, वी रेड कि इसमें इसको दिन में 2 बार लगाना होता है, तो सुबह शाम यूज्ड टू गो एंड चुपचाप उसको लगा लेते थे कि वी विल गेट फेयर. मतलब सोचो, इन सच लिटिल किड्स देयर वाज दिस ऑब्सेशन अबाउट गेटिंग फेयर. And we फिर उसके बाद भी when I became adult, I was about to get married. मैं पहले मेकअप नहीं करती थी, but when I was about to get married, I thought कि चलो थोड़ा मेकअप खरीद लेते हैं. तो I went to a shop, and the person at the counter said कि you have to buy one shade light, one shade down on your foundation. So I thought, okay, यही होता होगा. I bought it, and every time I applied it, I used to think I look horrible. क्या हो जाता है? I look like a completely different person, and even my wedding makeup was horrible because of this only.
Oh gosh, that's horrible.
Yeah,
but I think people are conditioned to this. Like, it depends on which background they come from. It's really sad that some the way they grow up, I wouldn't say it's right or wrong. It's just that the way they grow up, unfortunately, they weren't exposed to multicultural or different skin tones, or appreciating darker skin tones or warmer skin tones, right? Because they lack knowledge. It's just as simple as that. Because even when you went to the counter, the makeup counter, and you wanted to buy the foundation, you lacked knowledge of buying a foundation, and the person at the store lacked knowledge of giving you the correct one. Right. Whereas if the training was good and the person who started the brand gave adequate amount of training and knowledge to the person as to not just making a sale, but building the trust of a customer by actually giving them the correct product with reason to it, right? So whenever I meet my clients or whenever I speak to them, I give them reason as to why and how they need to buy a product. And I will just tell them plain outright. I'll tell them, do not buy it if you're not happy with it and you're not going to use it. And I say that very strictly. Yeah. And I don't want that to happen. And I tell them why I'm saying that. And I impart knowledge on whatever I know to them. So, and they need to make sense of it. So if they understand what I'm saying, then obviously I gain the trust of that person. And she will come back to me because she knows that, hey, okay, fine, what Sabrina said last time is actually true, and I see sense in it. So knowledge is something that we definitely give to our customers. And slowly, I mean, India and the world will change, and people will eventually want to look their skin color. I see the movement already has started and is going very, very strong with people who are educated about it. The people who are uneducated about makeup will obviously take a little more time to evolve into it. Yeah, so definitely there is a shift.
Yes, it is happening. और अभी भी आई थिंक पुराने लोगों में जो ओल्डर जनरेशंस है, दे थिंक कि बीइंग फेयर इज बेटर, बिकॉज आई रिमेंबर व्हेन आई वाज न्यूली मैरिड अ रिलेटिव केम, सो शी सेड कि बेटा आपके लेग्स तो लाइट हैं, मतलब लेग्स साफ हैं, बट फेस डार्क है. तो आई वाज लाइक, अच्छा, आई फेल्ट सो इनएडिक्वेट एट दैट टाइम. तो इस तरीके की जो चीजें होती हैं, आई एम श्योर कि these things inspired you to start this customizable brand.
Absolutely, yeah.
So इसमें जैसे आप प्रोडक्ट्स बनाते हो, करते हो, तो कैसे लोग आते हैं आपके पास? लाइक इफ यू आर टेलिंग देम कि यही आपका स्किन टोन है, यू हैव टू बाय दिस, सो हैव यू हैड एनी काइंड ऑफ रेजिस्टेंस फ्रॉम पीपल?
So far, I've had real people who understand themselves and understand their skin. I've had people who do not understand it, people who want a lot more knowledge, who come and sit with me, and I sit and explain everything to them. So, yes, I have had one or two customers that have asked for things that are completely not in my Bible or not in my book, right? That I'm completely against, like saying that they are of a darker skin tone, but they want a lighter skin tone. I'm like, hey, okay, fine, meet me midway. So I show them what a light foundation can do to them, and I show what their color foundation will do for them. So we try and meet midway. And I tell them, okay, fine, now let's try and work it differently, because it depends on how you want to portray yourself that you will want to look this way. So if you put a lighter color foundation, it'll look like as if you have makeup. But if you put on your color foundation, it won't look like you have makeup on. So it's not about fair or dark. It's about, do you have makeup on or do you not have makeup on? Do you want to look natural? Do you not want to look natural? So I changed the psyche a little bit over there to make the person understand better that makeup is not meant to be seen, especially the foundation. It's supposed to be flawless. It's supposed to match your skin tone. It's supposed to look like your skin is almost perfect, right? It's just supposed to even out the skin tone. That's what a foundation is supposed to do. It's not supposed to make you lighter or darker. That's not why a foundation was introduced in the first place. So, yeah.
तो फ्लॉलेस लगना है तो फाउंडेशन हम यूज कर सकते हैं ऑब्वियसली, बट अपने स्किन टोन को लाइटन करने के लिए अगर आप यूज कर रहे हैं तो फिर इट विल नॉट लुक नेचुरल. और अभी तो ये होता है ना कि नो मेकअप लुक वाला टाइम है कि सबको अच्छा लगता है कि द मेकअप इज नॉट वेरी विजिबल. सो जब आपने इस ब्रांड को स्टार्ट किया तो आपको ये इन्वेस्टर्स एंड थिंग्स लाइक दैट, इसमें आपको किस तरीके का रेजिस्टेंस फेस करना पड़ा कि यू आर स्टार्टिंग समथिंग वेरी डिफरेंट व्हिच इज नॉट कन्वेंशनल, कि एक मेकअप ब्रांड आप स्टार्ट कर रहे हो जिसमें ये चीजें हैं, बट इट इज अ वेरी डिफरेंट मॉडल. सो वर देयर एनी रेजिस्टेंस और थिंग्स लाइक दैट?
No, there wasn't any resistance. It's just that we have had a lot of inquiries from a number of investors, but we just kept it on the down low because we're just a little too early for investors right now. So we're waiting for the company to be at least 3 to 4 years before we actually look into taking our first round. So we want to show our investors that this has immense scalability, especially for the people in India or the women in India. Because knowledge is something what women crave, be it from any part in the world. If you start talking about makeup or weight, I mean, these are topics that will just go on the entire night, right? Women will not stop about it. So, yes, so we have had investors come in and who have been interested, but both my partner and I decided to wait for a little while longer.
Okay, so you are doing something very different and something very inspiring. और बहुत सारी जो women हमें सुन रही हैं उनको भी लगेगा कि हाँ they can look at makeup differently. So अभी हमने ये inclusivity की बात करी, whether it is about skin tone or skin type, whatever. Then it comes to the clean beauty part. Abhi there are a lot of brands which are shifting towards clean beauty. So what exactly is clean beauty? कि certain chemicals नहीं होना चाहिए उसमें, सिर्फ natural होना चाहिए, क्या होता है clean beauty?
Yeah, so it's all about clean and natural. So when they say clean, they're looking for ingredients from Mama Earth, right? So immediately from the earth taken in and processed and used on the skin. But so basically, we're not using any harsh chemicals. So I've explained this to other people before also, that even water is a chemical. Water chemical
right.
component is H2O. Right? Even cucumber has a chemical breakdown. Even roses have a chemical breakdown. So everything around us is chemical, right? It's not like we cannot live without any chemicals. We have to live with chemicals. So we just choose to use the good chemicals in our products. So also in our products, in Tinge's products, what we do is we use vitamin E tocopherol, which is also a natural product. But then when people read it and they see all these scientific names, or they get a little scared and saying, why there's so many chemicals in this product? It's actually the scientific name, and we can't really put a natural name over there because of laws. We have to put down certain ingredients that we have to name every single thing on the packaging. So everyone is making a movement towards clean beauty and natural beauty because it has evolved from where it was before, say 20, 25 years ago, right? 20, 25 years ago, our mums and grandmothers used to have one dirty brown lipstick or one dirty red lipstick that they used to use on the cheek, on the eyes and the lips. And they used to keep it for years and years together. And and that had an immense amount of lead in it. Now the permissible amount of lead in a lipstick is around 0.2 for I think 1 kilo. So that's, I mean, you can't even look at that because lead is a natural ingredient. It is present in the earth. So there's no way you can avoid it. So people have this thing thinking that there is no lead in their product. There is, but it isn't enough to harm you at all. They have to realize that lead is also a natural ingredient. If you're going natural and you're going clean beauty, you have to deal with all these other things.
अच्छा, मैंने ये भी देखा है कि there are some brands who list only key ingredients on their packaging, और वो थोड़ा सा पढ़ने में natural सा लगता है कि एलोवेरा एक्सट्रैक्ट पड़ा हुआ है, टर्मरिक एक्सट्रैक्ट पड़ा हुआ है, इस तरीके की चीजें लिख देते हैं, but there is not the entire list. और जैसा आपने बोला कि you list all the ingredients, चाहे उनका केमिकल नेम हो या कुछ भी हो, यू राइट एवरीथिंग ऑन द पैकेजिंग. सो लोगों को पढ़ के लगता है कि अरे इसमें भी केमिकल है, बट यू जस्ट क्लियर द डाउट कि केमिकल सब चीजों में है, उसको हम किस तरीके से यूज कर रहे हैं, या अच्छा केमिकल यूज कर रहे हैं या हार्श केमिकल यूज कर रहे हैं, डिपेंड्स ऑन दैट, राइट?
Absolutely, yes. And also I see a lot of companies are not being mindful of, even though they're launching clean beauty, they're not being mindful of the packaging, right? So like some are very, very mindful and they take out paper packaging, but the repercussions of paper packaging is cutting down of trees.
Yes.
So like, it's all sort of like a chain reaction to everything that we're doing. So everything that we decide to do, they have to realize that we're still taking from Mother Earth, right? We're still grabbing everything. So you think, okay, fine, today I'm not going to use paper, I'm going to use my computer. Where do you think the metal for your computer came from? It came from Mama Earth, right? the table that you put your computer on, it came from Mama Earth. So the cosmetics also that they use plastic, which is derived out of petroleum, right? And they fill the products, and then after the product is over, they don't have a refilling policy. And refilling at this point of time in the world is so important. And they just take that tube or whatever they use and they throw it back into the earth. And that's going to lie there in landfill for the next 150,000 years. I don't know, they're different numbers for different products. So they're not being mindful of it. Whereas in Tinge, though we know that we cannot procure paper, we cannot procure paper packaging for lipsticks because they are oil based and the paper will absorb from it. We have a refill policy, which is return for refills, where the client bring back the product and we refill it for them. So that way they reuse it till it's completely gone, and then only throw it. So we're saying one lipstick will last you for about 6 months. Then you come back to us, we refill it for you. Then it's going to last you another 6 months. Then you come back, we refill it for you, and then go back after 6 months. Like, it's going to last you for at least another 8 years. So refilling is something what the industry really, really needs to look at. And I see maybe 1 or 2 brands, including us, using it. And no one else is mindful about it.
Okay, so inclusivity, being clean, being eco-friendly are some of the things that you are focusing on.
Of course, yes. We want to be the whole package because we are so passionate towards the earth and to animals and to people. So we wanted the entire package for this brand that we created.
So you have been able to start a lot of conversations कि हमें क्यों shift करना चाहिए, और I'm sure because I saw I googled you and I saw that there are things about you online which are pretty good and inspiring again, I would say. So इन सब चीज़ों को करने का आपका एक तो ये motive था कि everyone gets what they need in terms of their skin. साथ ही यू वांटेड एवरीवन टू फील सेफ, आई थिंक समवेयर कि ठीक है, मान लो मैं कहीं गई और मुझे सिर्फ लाइट कलर मिल रहा है, मुझे डार्क कलर नहीं मिल रहा है, तो आई वुड फील नेग्लेक्टेड, आई माइट इवन फील इनएडिक्वेट, आई माइट फील लेस. तो ये सारी चीजें इज योर ब्रांड कवरिंग एंड इट इज मेकिंग पीपल look at themselves in a different way. So what kind of response have you got after you launched it? मतलब positive way में आपके पास ऐसा कौन सा लोगों ने आपको ऐसी क्या क्या चीजें बोली जो सुन के आपको लगा कि yes, you are doing something right?
It's really super because the response that I've got from everyone, the support that I've got from a lot of people, including my clients, I'm not just saying only my clients, including my clients, has been immense. So they see all the good things about this brand. So far, there aren't any negative things about the brand. And it's great that they see that we are actually trying to make a difference in this world of cosmetics, though we might be a small brand and slowly finding our way up to the top. We're doing it ethically. We're doing it the right way. So that is what matters. As long as we don't step on anyone's toes and we don't we don't do anything unethically, we keep the brand clean, we keep the brand proper, and we do it the right way. Our support has been really, really good. We get positive responses and feedback from all our customers on a daily basis. And we try to get as many reviews as we can to share those, to inspire more women to come to us so that we can help them. So yeah, it's been absolutely amazing till now.
Okay, and Sabrina, do you have a few suggestions for someone who wants to start their thing? Like maybe it is not a cosmetic brand, maybe it is something very small. They want to sell maybe crochet pieces from their home. So whatever this is, if you can say something to women like these who want to start their own business but they don't know what to do, or they just never start कि सब कुछ perfect होगा, after that I will start. So can you share a little about maybe your journey कि how you started, उसमें क्या आपको road blocks आए, या फिर और उसके through आप क्या message देना चाहते हो लोगों को?
Sure. The first thing I want to say to all women out there is there is never a time. Don't wait for the perfect time to start something. If the perfect time is there, it's right now. Don't think about, okay, fine, summer, okay, next month, okay, Monday. Start it right now. You have Google at your fingertips. Google everything. All the information is over there. There is nothing holding you back. You can start a company right from 1,000 rupees and work your way up. Right? You don't need heavy investment. I did not get investment from anybody. I worked hard. I collected money and I started the brand. So that is how I went about it. I did not take my dad's money or my mom's money, and there are lots of other people who offered money to start the brand, but I refused every single person because I wanted it to be mine. So make sure that you're strong enough, and women who want to start any sort of business, it's really, really important that you have your own financial backing. So though you have married into a rich family or your own family is rich, your own financial backing and whatever you have started is a completely different story and a completely different feeling of pride that you will always carry with you wherever you go. And not in a very, I'm not talking about it as in a proud way, but it's a feeling that I can't really express, but it's a feeling that saying that, hey, okay, fine, I did this with the support of everyone else. And this means a lot to me that I am so privileged. I'm so privileged that I had Google. I'm so privileged that I had a computer. I'm so privileged that I had electricity during lockdown and I could actually do research and do so many more things, right? So to all women out there, or all women who want to be entrepreneurs, just go ahead and do it. Don't think about it.
So go ahead and do your thing, and success will follow if you are on the right track, at least if you're following your passion, whatever you want to do. So
yeah, right track and persistence. Yeah, you have to be persistent about it. Yeah, and consistent.
Yeah. Okay, so Sabrina, it was lovely talking to you, and you have a truly experience-driven brand where you customize all the products right in front of your customers' eyes. I come to you and you will create everything for me, which is fabulous, I would say. So if people want to connect with you, they want to find out more about your work, more about your products, what's the best way to find about you?
The best way is to get onto our social media Instagram page, which is tinge_by_Sabrina_Suhail, and send us a DM, or you can send us an email on info@tingestore.com, or you can get onto our website, which is tingestore.com, and you can send us an email from there. So we'll be happy to attend to anything at a given pace of time.
So Sabrina, it was lovely talking to you, and you inspired our listeners in some way कि they have to accept themselves, क्योंकि makeup है, makeup से अपने आप को छुपाना नहीं है, अपनी beauty को हमें दिखाना है. And this is something which you are doing through your brand, you just said through your words. So thank you so much for sharing positivity, sharing a bit about your journey, inspiring people. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, Maitri. It was great speaking to you.
I enjoyed talking to her, especially because I could relate with the scenarios. I even shared a lot of my experiences, and I believe कि आप भी relate कर पाए होंगे. So do check out Tinge Cosmetics and do check out Little Fixes Podcast on Instagram and Facebook. आप मुझे email भी कर सकते हैं littlefixespodcast@gmail.com पे. और Little Fixes Podcast को अपने favorite podcast platform पे सब्सक्राइब जरूर कीजिए. और नेक्स्ट वीक मैं मिलती हूँ आपके साथ एक न्यू गेस्ट, एक न्यू टॉपिक के साथ. तब तक के लिए लाइफ में मजे करो और सदा सैसी रहो. बाय.